Yo, what's up? This your boy Killa Twan, man. You watching CINEMILLS TV. Why don't you go and scroll down there and press that subscribe button. Holla.
Killa Twan, man, thank you for coming through today.
I appreciate you for having me.
Much appreciated. You come from a place that really doesn't have much opportunity.
Oh, man, straight out of Watts.
Straight out of Watts, Nickerson Gardens. Man, I mean, how'd you make a way out of no way, Twan?
Oh, man, it was hard making the way, you know, but I could say mainly through my pops, big brothers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just watching them and see how they adapt to it and you know, the streets basically.
Yeah.
You know, watching my pops and big bros in the streets getting to it, I figured that was the way, you know, to get to it as well.
Mm-hmm. You know, so much talent's come out of your neighborhood, J-Rock, Top Dog, and now you, Killa Twan. I mean, have you always seen rap as a way out of a impoverished situation to uplift your increments?
I don't always see it as a way out. You know, at first I saw it as just a way of me expressing, you know, shit that I was going through growing up. Like it was really like a cry out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but once I figured out that it could be a way out of watching other people and their success, take them out of their environments, you know, that's when I finally like got serious with it.
And, you know, to come from your neighborhood and your side of affiliations, it was very interesting to see the great late Nip Hussle sign you to All Money In Records. How did that happen?
Oh man, that was about 10, 12 years in the making already, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's been All Money In since about 07, 08, you know, but we just really announced the signing, you know, a couple months before us passing, you know, because that's when the opportunity presented itself. But, you know, it's been All Money In, so this was already written years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you went to high school with Nip.
Junior high.
Junior high?
Yeah, I didn't go to high school with him, but I met him in junior high, and, you know, that's about it.
Yeah. Man, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. What a legend on top of a legend. What was everyone has a certain takeaway, like a lot of people look at him as someone who promoted entrepreneurship. What'd you take away from Nip's legacy, Twan?
What I took away from it is how you should structure your everyday life around the blueprint of what he laid. Like, you know, that was like, it's like if you're on this marathon and you like get stagnant and stuck and don't know where to, like, just follow his moves, you know? It's like even though I'm older than him, I always look to him for guidance and, you know, other things. When I was going through things, I know that was one person I could call and he was gonna set my mind right and get me on the right path, you know?
No, that's interesting, Twan, because you've referred to Nip as a god. Do you believe he was a prophet that walked among us?
Very much. Very much, I believe he was. It still is, because, you know, he's still impacting the world, even in his absence, you know?
Right, he's inspired so many people, man, from so many different walks of life.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's certainly going to be missed, but never forgotten.
Never.
Never, ever forgotten.
Never forgotten.
And Twan, your music is blowing up. I mean, we're here in California, slapping out of cars all around the streets here in LA, man.
Yeah, man, the streets been waiting on that, man, and I'm finally glad to give them that, you know what I'm saying? I could have been, you know, just gave them some bullshit, but
Right.
I was waiting for everything to get.
Killa Twan, we all have our different way of mourning people, and I noticed when you mourn Nip's loss, you kind of step back, man. What was going through your mind during that mourning process?
Like, it was unbelievable. Like it is still to this day. Like I couldn't believe it's the last person I would think like that I was gonna lose at that point in my life, because that was my reason for steady going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when he passed, it's like I found myself back at a standstill, like, you know, not knowing which way to, because, you know, he was taking me on a different path from where I was going, you know, because I was still in the streets, still on bullshit, still doing bunk shit. You know, he came and grabbed me like, nah, bro, this is what we got going. This is how we finna better our lives, better our family. Let's take this route, you know? And I started taking that route with him. And then just to watch him go down like that, it took me back, you know, it took me back to my old ways. You know, and I was back in the streets, back up to no good, back doing nothing, basically.
Yeah. So you kind of reverted back to your
Yeah,
old
I had
ways.
I had to sit back, you know, get my mind right. You know, like you say, like Nip said, I had to burn it all down to ashes and rebuild it again. You know, so it's like, I feel like I hit rock bottom again, like when bro passed.
Yeah, man. And, you know, Twan, you're one of those guys that is still highly respected in not just your neighborhood, but neighborhoods all across LA. Where do you think that respect comes from? Is it how you carry yourself?
Yeah, most definitely. That's all. Just being the man, being a respectful person. You know, if you give respect, you're gonna get it back. So that's, you know, I just be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's why people are drawn to you, because you're just the real, authentic self, man. You don't put extras on anything. And people are loving your flow. A lot of people described it as like an East Coast flow. How do you describe your flow?
Oh man, I describe it as, you know, I like to call it, not to say it like that, but I like to call it the Nipsey Hussle flow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Straight to the point, not sugarcoating shit, not beating around the bush, just telling it like it is, you know, telling my everyday story before I can let somebody else tell it. It's like I gotta get on this mic and tell it myself. So, like, things you hear is like what I'm really going through. Like, it might sound like it's this and that, like, but that's what the fuck I'm really going through. Like,
Right.
it's not, how you put it? It's not that weirdo rap that you used to. You know what I'm saying? It's real, raw, uncut, straight from the heart.
No, and it's really good. I love California, and all your catalog of music is something that people are playing out here. And you know, I noticed when you roll through the hood, man, a lot of the kids, they look up to you, man. They literally look at you as somebody who is a role model. Do you feel a sense of responsibility to the youngsters out there?
Yeah, because they actually pay attention more than what we think they do. You know, so it's like, because when I look at them, I see like I was once one of them kids too. Like, that's why I do what I do, because that's what I saw. You know, I saw the hustlers, I saw the gangbangers, I saw the rappers, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to be like, you know, not having no father figure in a house like that. You look, you know, you find it in the streets, and that's, you know, a lot of them don't have father figures at home like I didn't. So it's like, I'm somebody they look at, so I gotta show them that, you know, there's ways out this shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't never stop, never quit, never give up. Like, you know, but I also, you know, jump out, talk to them, because I can relate to them, so I can understand what they're going through. So.
Yeah, and you can't really tell them anything. You got to show them, right?
Exactly.
And they see you
Exactly.
doing great.
Just talking don't help. A lot of people just talk don't mean shit. Like, you gotta actually, you know, get on your 10 toes, get out there, grind and do it. Like.
And Twan, you know, I notice you've reached out to people on the other side, meaning the other affiliated groups here in LA. And I commend you for that, because I think we need more of that to bridge build, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what the streets need. You know, if it don't come to that, it's gonna keep being the same revolving process. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't know what it's gonna take for people to wake up and understand that. Like, you know, so it's like you can't teach everybody that, but you gotta figure out the ones that you can teach that, and stick to those and gravitate yourself to those and let them know, because they're willing to listen and understand, and maybe they can go, you know, spread the same thing. You know, I feel one day it'll happen. It's hard. It's real hard, because it's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of death, a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff people can never get over.
A lot of treachery.
A lot of it.
Yeah, man.
Still to this day.
They say when the student's ready, the master will appear,
yeah, exactly.
And I like that philosophy you have. Put your effort into people who want it, because you can't reach everybody.
Yeah, you can't reach everybody. That's one thing you need to learn to understand. Like, but just the ones that you can, gravitate to them and really show them a different way.
Are you any collabs coming up? Any big names you'll be working with soon that we could look out for?
Yeah, plenty of them. You can look to me working with J-Rock, you know, from my section, TDE. My boy Millie's out of Boston. Shout out to Millie's.
Yeah. Right on.
Who else? My boy Peasy out Detroit. My boy Icewear out Detroit. You know, and a lot of other artists. I can't really just name them off the top, but.
So you're going nationwide with a lot of your features.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm fully focused at this point. Like.
Yeah, man.
Going harder than ever.
Yeah, man. That's great. That's great to hear.
Running my marathon.
That's right, Killa Twan. Man, thank you so much for coming out. How can our audience reach out to you? And are you on Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, yeah, I'm on Instagram, Killa Twan _ all money in. Killa Twan on, you know, just look up Killa Twan on all social platforms and you'll find me.
Yeah, and do you interact with a lot of your fans? Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I interact with a lot of them. I don't like the word fans, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's like, I like to call people my folks, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I like to try to make them feel like, you know, we related, we cool, we family. Like, you know, you my bro, you my sis, you know, like, 'cause like bro told me once before, like, you know what fans is, you know what that stands for, like, fake ass niggas. That's what a fan is, like, you know what I'm saying? So I like to relate to people, so it's like I get a lot of DMs and shit, like when people like, oh, I can't believe you responded, I can't believe, like, nah, if you leave a good enough comment that I relate to, I'm gonna holler back at you, like, you know.
That's good to hear. The money didn't change you is what you're telling me, man.
Oh, it never will. No, because I know what it's like not to have none. I know what it's like to have some, lose it all, and try to get it back again. Like, that money shit is bullshit.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because some people that get the money, they start getting offended real easily about things they never got offended before. You know what I mean? It changes people, unfortunately. I'm glad it didn't change you, Killa Twan.
It can't. Never will.
That's beautiful, man.
I just still need more of it.
Twan, thank you so much for coming through. I hope to see you again, man.
Sure will.